did you, and do you, find any comfort in talking to the other family members at all?
Yeah, well, like Winnie, I've spoke with Winnie a lot. I spoke to Terry.
No, who's Terry? Is that Terry West? Is that the brother
Terry.
of Leslie Ann?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a very, very nice man, Terry. Very camera shy and press shy. He has been all his life, you know.
I've read his book.
Yeah. Well, even that, I had to be outside of him while he started that.
Well, he thanks you at the start. It says, as you know, right at the beginning, thank you to my friend Terry Kilbride, who has stood by me for the past 50 years. So it shows how close
Yeah.
you two have been.
We got really close, me and Terry.
Would you like to see him again?
Oh, I would, yeah. I would like to see him, Terry.
So we're joined by Anne Kilbride, who is the wife of the late Danny Kilbride, and we believe that Danny's done a lot of work for petitioning to keep Brady and Hindley inside, working tirelessly hard for the other families. So what can you tell us about Danny and the work that he's done, and what he's done for the other families over the years?
Well, Danny, all our married life, worked endlessly and tirelessly to keep Hindley and Brady where they were in prison. He did documentaries, morning shows, stories in the papers, everything, night shows. He just campaigned on everything he possibly could. He had records
All for Winfrey.
Yeah.
The records band, are you referring to the Smiths?
Yeah.
That's
Suffer Little Children.
Suffer Little Children, it was called. He went to every shop, every store, everywhere and got a band.
Everywhere.
That's a disgusting thing to bring out.
Yeah. And he said that if they were singing, making songs of children that were suffering, there should be something come off it. And they handed Danny a cheque and we handed it to the NSPCC.
Oh really?
For children, yeah. I still got the thing on the receipt, yeah.
So the money that the Smiths made from that song,
He paid a donation, yeah.
To the NSPCC?
Yeah. Danny more or less made him do it.
He did make him do it.
Yeah, he did.
He had to do it, or else
well, he had to do it. He was shamed into doing it.
Did he? So did he have conversation? Well, did he have certain words with Morrissey?
Yeah,
personally
he wrote
with him.
to Danny. Yeah, yeah.
Morrissey wrote to Danny.
Yeah.
But they were scared of it going out publicly, you see, to everywhere, and getting banned completely. And then all the proceeds of it had probably gone to a charity. What Danny said.
So the only reason that particular song was released is because there was you received.
It was
a donation.
No, Luke, not because they received the donation. The donation wasn't even there.
The donation was
thought
made.
of. That was them. What said, we'll make a donation to you.
Because Danny had it banned.
Even though they took it off the shelf.
Right, so Danny had it banned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. That's
he had it banned and they give him a donation afterwards.
To save face, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise he could have gone public and said, with that, and boom.
He did everything. All our married life and all the time my children were growing up.
Look at all them t-shirts and stuff in America what they brought out with Hindley and Brady's face on and all that. He socked it all, you know.
Wow. So did it become a bit of a life mission of his?
It did. It was.
That was his life.
It was his life.
Yeah.
From being a young lad, it was his life. I mean, him and Danny, they had the same bedroom, you know, so they had the click at night, what the things they spoke about and everything, you know. And
I think because Danny did it all that many times and he kept it going, that everywhere we went, people spoke about it.
Yeah.
It didn't only become a thing in our home, it was spoken of outside, in shops, in workplaces, everywhere.
everywhere. Weren't it,
Even like,
I mean, I got locked up and not for
Yeah.
fighting me, didn't I?
yeah,
Over
even going
here
down
in-
the street, there were photographers. You know,
Oh.
if they were filming or anything.
Yeah.
Over here in the bad side of what people thought
Yeah,
about Inley and Brady, saying now they should be let free and stuff like that.
yeah.
Things I was overhearing, but I was a knothead then,
Yeah.
and Danny slowly brought me down.
You
So
see,
everybody's entitled to their
So
own opinion.
Danny's helped you.
He helped me, I helped, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Danny was really the main one, the main
All
spokesman
the
that kept
families.
her where she was.
All
Not,
the
Not
not
families,
so
weren't
much Brady, her.
Because she
Danny
was
wanted-
trying to get parole,
That's
wasn't
right,
she?
yeah, yeah.
And due to his hard work, can you tell us
Yeah.
about?
She was worse than him. If it hadn't have been for her, nobody would have gone missing.
Can you tell us about him petitioning out in the rain?
We all do.
Oh, he's stood in all kinds of weather.
He's getting signatures.
Getting all these signatures, yeah. We went
And
to
I bet he got
London
a
with
few.
them. Oh, there were thousands from all over, every country. They was coming through the letterbox like big stacks of even
From America,
factories, shops.
Australia, weren't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everybody joined in his campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
to keep
When
them
they said
where
they
were.
wanted 200,000, didn't they? How many?
Well taught that, yeah,
Eh? It was unbelievable, honestly. The loft was full, weren't it?
yeah, yeah.
So she might have got. There's a chance she might have got parole if it wasn't for Danny's hard work.
She hated Danny as much as he hated her. She had that hate for Danny. That's why she had Danny arrested.
She won't let him go and
She
visit,
had Danny
would
arrested?
Yeah,
She
she
had
won't
Danny
let him go.
arrested from my address, well, our address, yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't let nobody in at the police station, only Danny, all the press was outside.
That right, only Danny, they won't let me
Yeah.
daddy and they won't let you in, would they?
No,
You know.
but it
And
was,
in the end, there were that many people there,
yeah.
they come to took him. They
It
want
was
to let him
printed
say.
all over
Yeah.
the papers, he could serve up to 10 years.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's almost like they've got more rights.
Exactly.
Well, obviously she thought she had rights, didn't she, to have him arrested.
Yeah.
What person who's done that, taken children's lives from her, and where she is in the cell, issues somebody from Scotland Yard to arrest the brother?
It's some front, that, isn't it? More from
More than a
than
front,
Brighton
isn't it?
Pier, isn't it?
That proves what kind of a person she was
exactly.
in life.
This is what they like.
Exactly.
This is
There's
what
your
they
answer
like.
to what she was.
Yeah, it says it all really
Of
there.
course it does.
And was he doing lots of work for the other families as well as just?
Oh, everything he did, yeah, he included them. Yeah,
Well,
So everything he did was for
for
everybody,
everybody.
not
Yeah.
just for the Kilbrides. It was for
Yeah,
for everybody.
What we've always done has been for everyone.
yeah.
that's really nice. that.
Not only the victims of the Moors murder, but for everyone.
He had a saying and a hand in future safeguarding of
Of course
children.
he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So
definitely.
he's left a bit of a legacy.
He left a big legacy.
What did you both do when Hindley died? Did you celebrate? Did you party? Did you
We was out.
Did you pop open the fizz?
We'd gone out that night and we were doing a charity do, and that was the night she died.
That's
And we
right.
was raising money in our local pub, and we was carrying on raising this money, and all of a sudden, when
We went for a
we'd
pint
gone in
in
there, and he
Junction.
came with us, this bloke,
Yeah.
and this big cheer went up, and it turned around that it
Were it for the Red
was a
Nose Day or
celebration
something?
because she'd gone, yeah, think
And,
it-
Hallelujah.
yeah,
and
Rest in
there
hell,
was,
Myra.
Yeah.
there was a reporter in there, weren't there?
it was him that was in our house,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And they tried asking Danny a question, and he said, if you write a cheque out now for X amount, and
Yeah.
you go and put it in that bucket there to
Yeah.
the Red Nose Day, I'll speak to you.
Yeah.
And they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's what he was like though. Everything went either to a children's ward or the Prem ward or the Burns unit or everything.
Everything went back into charitable
He
donations.
took
and-
nothing.
Sorry, has the pain eased over the years at all?
No,
No?
no.
You got the same pain from when you was
I think
a boy?
I think the fighting all the years, like we have, for one thing and another, has made you you can't get that pain eased.
Do you think it's had an effect on your health?
Well,
Because it's probably weakened like your immune system and all that grief and all that fighting and all that strength.
Not well at all. My Danny weren't well when he died. Our Pat's not well. I'm not well. But our Marie's not well.
No coincidence, is it?
And my mum weren't well all them years. You know,
How often do you go down to visit John's grave?
regular. Well, they're in the same grave, you see. John, my dad, my mum and our Chris.
Well, we're going to go and lay some flowers up there for you.
Yeah.
Put some nice flowers down as a little sign of respect.
That's kind of you, that.
That's no problem at all. Is there any false narratives about the Moors murders, about the case?
There's been a lot what's been written that the public, you see, the public will take anything in what's in the paper or being said on TV or anything, you know. There's an hell of a lot that I've watched and I think, what a load of bullshit.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet that pisses you off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's one drama, it was See No Evil, the Moors murders. Now, does that depict the events accurately?
Yes.
It does.
Yeah. Bang on.
Now,
Bang on. Even up to where my dad got arrested and everything, it is absolutely bang on. Inspector Mounsey, how he was in it, is exactly how he was, I remember.
So if people were to watch that particular drama, they'd get quite a good understanding
Oh,
of.
yeah, yeah.
Did you have to okay it?
All the people and me at the time, watching that, would have thought, that is absolutely exactly the Kilbride family and
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did all of the families have to okay that to be aired?
Yeah, we went and watched that.
Now, was you there for the Brady hearing for him wanting to be released back into prison? You know the hearing that he had to do?
Yeah.
Was you there?
Yes, we were there for the video link.
What was his demeanour like?
Oh, my exact words when he came out was the way he was groomed and everything with his silver hair all
Slick back.
bell cream back and that like my dad's used to be, you know. And the first word out of my mouth was, you know, if my mother and father had been looked after like he's been looked after all these years, he'd still be alive now.
That's a good point. That's a good point. He's probably had better healthcare than
Exactly,
anybody else.
than any of us.
Disgusting, isn't it?
He's had private healthcare, not NHS healthcare, he's had proper private healthcare.
Well, that brings me on.
I mean, it's like the book he's wrote, where's all that money gone, what that earned, you know?
The book, Brady's book.
Yeah, the Gates of Genius.
Yeah, so yeah, where
Where does the money go off that?
he shouldn't be getting a morsel of a penny. So what you do
Where's
wonder where...
it gone?
Mm,
Has he any relations anywhere?
dodgy that, innit?
It is dodgy.
Ian Brady would often send letters to his victims' families. Looking through these letters, really hard to make out what he's even talking about. It's a load of gibberish. But what I can make out is it's not a letter to try and help the families. There's no offer of an apology, not that that would help. There's no trying to help, trying to find missing bodies that remain to this day. It's all I, me, passive-aggressive, moaning about his conditions in Ashworth High Security Hospital. It's all very, very narcissistic. What a very sick and disgusting man he was.
Myra Hindley and Ian Brady, should they have no rights?
No, they shouldn't have any rights. Anyone, look, that commits a crime, a rape or a murder, whether it's a child or an adult or anything, and they go to prison for it, they should stay there for the rest of their lives, no rights at all,
Yeah.
and be buried within the prison walls.
What's brought you joy in life?
Children,
Yeah.
yeah,
What-
only
watching them.
grandchildren.
How many have you got?
I've got 7 children.
And you're from a family of 7 yourself?
Yeah. And I've got 5 grandchildren.
That's nice. Do you think there's any more victims on the moors? I do.
It's very hard to say, but there was a lot of children missing at the time. So
Which could all be.
take it on your own head and what you think now. Because you should know my opinion.
Well, yeah, I think there's more, personally. When did Brady die? And can I ask you, is it true that it was on John's birthday?
Yeah, the 15th of May. John's birthday. And my daughter Wendy's birthday.
And your daughter's birthday as well?
Yes.
What do you think about that? Do you think that he held on for that?
I knew he was dying the day before I got the message that he wouldn't live 24 hours. Well, like it weren't 24 hours, I think it was 12 hours. What was that? And he kept hanging on and hanging on, and I was waiting for the phone call, and it didn't come until the next morning, where we went into the 15th of May.
As a father myself to a young girl, I teach her not to go off with strange men or women. Now I think
that is correct.
Now I think this only started to happen after the events of the 1960s, the Moors murders. I think it was the 5 tragic losses of Leslie Ann Downey, John Kilbride, Pauline Reed, Keith Bennett and Edward Evans.
Yeah.
I think after those murders, children were warned about the dangers of women as well as men.
Doors started getting locked.
So I know that we can't bring anybody back and the pain will always be there, but I just hope that I can offer you a touch of comfort by saying that maybe those lives were not a total loss or waste of life. I think that's a better term.
Well, I look at it in that way, Luke.
Yeah, because
that it's helped a lot of people.
Potentially thousands of children's lives have been saved because of those events. Because we now say, right, don't go off with strange men or women. So those 5 children who I've just mentioned,
Yeah.
they've left a legacy and they have potentially saved thousands of lives.
Well, that's very, very true. That.
5 angels in the sky.
I think that. Yeah. 5 angels
Yeah.
in the sky. I mean, look at him there. Look at him.